So for our pants, the very first thing you're going to do is to take your full length. My full length I'm using is 37, and I'm going to minus 1.5 for my band, because I'm going to be adding band to this trouser. So, and the length of trouser is 37 inches, so I'm just going to take my 37 inches plus my M allowance, which I'm using 2 inches. Measure it and connect your dots. So to get your waist measurements, I'll be using the hip measurement divided by 4, just for ease. I like to use the hip measurement divided by 4. So my hip measurement divided by 4, you mark it. Then I'm taking my crotch line. The crotch, you can use, there are ways to measure the crotch. You make your client sit down and measure from the waist to the end of the stool they are sitting on. Like sit down in a very comfortable, not in a comfortable position, but like sitting down straight. Then put the staple on the waist to the end of the stool. So sorry, to the beginning of the stool. Whatever you get, that's your crotch allowance. And I'm taking 11 inches. But if it's like a distance customer or something, you can just divide the hip measurement divided by 4. That's how to get your crotch measurement. So you just take the measurement up and you connect. I just connected mine now, 11 inches. So the next thing I'm going to do is to connect it. This line I'm going to connect here is where I'm taking my thigh measurement. My thigh measurement is on this crotch line. This is the hip line also. It is also the hip line and the crotch line. So next thing I'm doing is take my knee measurement, which is 21 inches. You connect it together, and we have our M line already, which is our full length. So now we have the M line, the knee line, the hip line, and the waist line. So now I'm taking, just for shaping the trouser, I'm going to take in 1.5 on the knee line, in 1.5 in. Then on the M, I'm taking 2 inches in, just to give the trouser this kind of shape. It won't be looking so straight and shapeless. So then you're going to connect it to your hip line like this. You'll start seeing the shape of the trouser coming out already just from now. So you connect it to your 1.5 to the hip line like that. Then connect from the hip line, from the knee line also, from that 1.5 to the 2 inches you took on the M. You can see the trouser really coming into shape. So on this waistline, I'm going to be going in by 1 inch also. 1 inch. Then you connect it together. The next thing we are going to do is to take our thigh measurement, our knee measurement, and our M measurement. So your thigh measurement is going to be divided by 2 because it's a trouser. It's not a dress that you divide by 4. Your legs are divided into 2. You have 2 parts. So you're going to divide it into 2, not 4. So get your thigh measurement divided by 2. I have 12. And this is on the hip line. I'm going to be measuring my thigh measurement. On the knee line also, divide it by 2. Then you mark. From that 1.5 inch that we took the other time, that's where you're starting your measurement from, not from the beginning of the fabric. Then at the M too, the same thing. You take your M measurement divided by 2, not by 4, divided by 2. So you just connect them together like this. And now we can see how the trouser is already coming into shape little by little. So the next thing is just to after connecting the measurements together, you take your curve from that crotch line like this. This is going to be that crotch apartment on your trouser. So that's almost all we need for our trouser. Then I'm not adding allowance to this front piece. We're going to be adding the allowance to the back when we cut out this front. we're adding the allowance to the back, so you don't need to add your allowance here. So the next thing you're going to do after making your curve and everything, you cut it out. Then before you cut out, sorry, you're going to take a slanting at this waistline. I'm going to be measuring 1 inch down for slanting at that midpoint, so it's not meant to be the same length with the sides, so you just slant it like this. So this is how our pants should look like. 1 inch for slanting at that side, 1 inch here for the shaping. From the hip line, 1.5 on the knee, connect them together. 2 inches at the hem, connect them together. Measure your hem divided by 2, your knee divided by 2, your thigh divided by 2. Then you make your crotch curve. That is basically everything you need for your pants, and it should be looking like this. So the next thing we're going to do is to cut the back. So I cut out the front already and I'm at the back. The first step we need to know is replacing that 1 inch we cut for the slanting at the front. You're going to replace it back for the back. We're replacing 1 inch, and we are adding another 1 inch because the midpoint of the back is meant to be higher than the back. I think that makes sense. So that's 2 inches. 1 inch is the replacement, and another 1 inch the slanting for the back. You connect them together like this. And when you get to the crotch, you're going to measure 2.5 inches or 3 inches. Anyone is fine. I'm using 3 inches though. Measure your 3 inches at the crotch. That's your allowance on the back piece. Then down you measure 1.5. On the knee also 1.5. 1.5 down and 3 inches at the crotch side. Connect them together. So this is how it should look like after connecting. Then you come back to the crotch side. You are going to connect it from this 3 inches down to the waist. But at this point, people always have issues in connecting this place because sometimes it might come out very wrong. But an hack I used to use is just to measure 1.5 inches from that midpoint, like this curve that we use for our crotch. Measure 1.5 and mark it. So it's that 1.5 that's going to like guide you not to make your measurements wrong when you cut it out. But just know it's going to connect at this waist side. It must connect at that waist side like that, so it won't affect your measurement. But this 1.5 is like going to guide you in how you're going to make the curve. So you just make your 1.5, then you connect it like this. The waist has to be connected. It's that simple. Connect it to your 3 inches or 2.5 inches. And now we've come to the end of this video. This is how your trouser should look like, the front and back piece. Your 3 inches, 1.5 inches, your allowance, your 2 inches above, 1 inch for shipping and all that. So it's not actually hard. For this back, you're not going to cut the back side with that 1 inch. It's for that at the back, so you're not going to cut this 1 inch. Leave the back piece like that, then just cut from that hip line down. So thanks for watching this video. Like, subscribe, and continue with my video. Thank you. Bye.